Hello, everyone. Welcome to Out of the Box with Christine. I am your host, Christine Blosdale, and I'm really happy that you tuned in today. I'm dressed a little casual today because I dressed this way for my special guest. I have for those who can't see on the video portion, I have my Boss AF hat, my baseball hat, and for folks that don't know, it's Boss as, fill it in. And I'm also wearing a t-shirt. It says, "Dude, be nice." And the reason why I'm wearing all this strange paraphernalia is because it is Suicide Prevention Month. And we know that a lot of suicides, especially with young people, are a direct result from bullying. So this is a call out. Number one, the "Dude, be nice" is a call out to those bullies out there. Dude, just chill. You gotta chill. What you say, what comes out of your mouth hurts people, and it can drive them to just really desperate measures, as my guest is going to be talking about. And the Boss AF, that's for anybody who's been bullied, because I've been bullied, and let me tell you, it sucks. But if you've survived it, and if you've gotten through school, I went to school like in the 60s and the 70s, and it wasn't as bad as it is today. But if you did it, if you survived it, you're Boss AF, all right? All right, and we just set the tone on that. Now, let me get to my amazing guest who's wearing yellow glasses. My guest today is Cheron Griffin, and she, she got fed up with the rising suicide rate among children, especially. I mean, we're talking like 8, 9, 10 years old, and she decided to just do something about it. Not only has she written a book called I See You, Igniting Hope and Preventing Suicide, but she's also got a movement called Grow a Girls Network. She's running that as well. And she's a freedom coach, an author, a lifestyle hacker, a dating consultant, and a divorce guru. Girl, you got it on. You got it going on.
Thank you.
Welcome to Out of the Box with Christine, Cheron.
Oh, thank you for having me. I really appreciate this opportunity.
Well, and like I was making mention, we dressed appropriately for this month and for this interview.
Absolutely.
The yellow glasses, I love that, as it ties into the book I See You, and we're going to get into the book. But for our listeners, if you don't mind, tell our listeners how you got to this point, how you got to the point of saying, you know what, I need to help kids who are considering suicide, and helping a lot of people, adults as well, who are contemplating this.
About 4 years ago, I was substitute teaching in the South Carolina area. I went to a particular school, and it was predominantly Caucasian kids, some Black. And I said to the children, I said, "What are your main concerns?" And they said, "Suicide." And they went into the aspect of how some of them had tried to commit suicide, as well as some of their parents. And our class, everyone was just bawling. They were crying. I couldn't compose myself. And I said, something has to be done. So I just asked other children, what are some of the reasons that you want to commit suicide, or some of your friends have committed suicide? And they went from bullying to being at home, their lifestyles, not feeling loved, feeling rejected, so many ills that children don't have an outlet oftentimes to communicate, because as parents, a lot of times it's do as I say, not as I do, or parents aren't listening. And I'm not trying to dog parents out, not at all. But some parents don't, in my opinion, hear. You know, and they don't see. Now, when you have a child that's coming home and going in their room and sleeping a lot and things like that, and they're saying, "Mom, Dad, I need help, look at me." And the parents say, "No, you'll be okay." But then the parent comes back and they're dead because they hung themselves. So the campaign is basically saying, "I see you." And these yellow glasses, yellow represents joy. You know, so I want to spread joy. I want to spread laughter. I want to spread hope. I want to increase endorphins, because then someone can say, "I can live another day, one day at a time."
And it is quite an epidemic right now with young
Yes.
people, isn't it? And it's getting younger and younger. I mean, I was alluding to the fact that I went to school like in the the 70s, really. I mean, uh, elementary school and junior high and high school. Let me tell you, yeah, junior high and high school are rough. They're rough on anybody, and
Yes.
just growing and their hormones, and if you're just all the pressures that you have as a kid. If you're gay, the pressures are even added onto
Yeah.
it. If you're someone who is black or brown and you're in a predominantly white neighborhood, the racism that's there, and a lot of times it's not the kids racism, but it's handed down to the kids from the
Yes.
parents. But what we see now is an explosion of really young, and it's getting younger and younger. But when I was in school, I didn't hear of any. There was nobody had died from suicide.
Yes. And can I say this? In the Black community, you hardly ever heard of anyone committing suicide, because I believe that first it was taught that it was a sin and you would go to hell. So I think most people were afraid to go to hell.
Right, that's a long time.
But then we stepped out of religion or spirituality,
Yeah.
and kids don't have that faith or that hope to hold on to. Now, I have to say, a lot of things that go on in religion I don't agree with.
Same.
Okay, I just want to say that. But I think our children need something to hold on to. And if that thing is hope, so be it.
I think you nailed it on the head, because also what children have now that I didn't have as a kid. First of all, this little thing called the cell phone,
Yes.
where social media, you open up your phone and it's somebody's died, some horrific thing has happened, and we were a little bit more isolated than that. We weren't aware of all of the things that are happening on a global scale.
Yes.
Then you have again, and it's true, and I'm not Republican or Democrat, but then you also have what's going on the world stage, and the idea, what you had said, that there's not a lot of hope right now, is really, really made clear, because I think people see what's going on politically, with war. It seems like it's unending war.
Yes.
People are escaping through different routes, right? Through drugs.
Absolutely.
Here in the U.S., it could be, alcohol. It could be sex. It could be social media that people go to. In Australia, it's this thing called ice, which is like meth on crack.
Wow.
And so they're escaping through that, which also, of course, depresses them more.
Right.
And makes them more apt. But do you think that has something to do with it, with the fact that we're so connected, and online bullying happens too, where people, like, they'll post a picture of a girl and they go, look how fat she is, look how ugly she is, and everybody gangs up.
I think that has a lot to do with it. I also think that we were stronger back then.
Yeah, my grandma was way
we were
stronger than me
tough.
too.
Like if someone was picking on you, and I don't know if you have to bleep things out, but
go ahead, you can
your parent would say, you better go there and kick their ass, and if you don't, I'm gonna kick your ass. So you defended yourself.
Yeah.
But now parents are saying, let the school handle it, or it'll be okay, or just get through it. No, I'm gonna fuck you up. That's me.
But also things are different now, because also back then kids would be like, duking it out.
Right.
Now they're bringing an AK-47, now they're like.
That's true too. I'm talking about elementary. Hopefully they're not taking those things with them. But I think we were tougher, and we were built a different way, where we could take the punches and take some of the blows. Yes, they did hurt. Yes. But we would cry and we would get back up. We would shake it off. Like someone in a boxing ring, they shake it off and they get back in the fight. But we don't have that strength anymore. And I think that's where I see you is saying, I see you. You got this. You can make it to another day. You can make it to another week. You know, we are here. There is hope. Someone does care. And I think people believe that other people don't care, but there are people that really care. I think social media and the world and the media also shines a light on the negativity.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of positive things going on.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly that there is a focus on the negativity. And again, that's where social media and the internet come in, is that the majority of time, I mean, kids too spend more time on their phones and computers. That's another thing that's very different than our generation.
Yes.
They'll spend more time on their phone and their computer than they go to school all day. I mean, they're hours and hours and hours. And whereas we were like told, go outside and play. And you had to socialize, and you had to play with that person that you weren't that crazy about, but you're like, well, they're on the block and I got to play with them, and we need one person for kick the can, or, all right. But we're very isolated now. I think that's what I'm trying to drive home, is that it feels like everybody is isolated. So then you're just with your thoughts, right? You're not engaged as much with other people.
But children go to school. So you have socialization there. I homeschooled 2 of my children for a few years, but I also, from birth on, instilled high self-esteem. I have a chocolate baby. If you know anything about dark-skinned children, most of the time, right, people, tend to pick on them, or you're dark and yada, yada. However, I always taught her, you're beautiful. Black is beauty. And I would just keep saying it over and over. And you cannot tell her anything. Like she's like, I'm beautiful. I know. And I would tell her, you're my chocolate gumdrop. And I would just say these things over and over, because you have to, I'll say this, words have power, and we create what we want. So what do you want? I am loved. I love me. So I don't give a fuck what people say about me. I'm going to be me.
Yeah.
Because I had to get to the place where I loved me. And I got to that place when I walked away from a 16-year marriage.
Mm-hmm.
But then I fell in love with me again, because I forgot who she was. But now I know. And you can't tell me anything. And it's not that I think I'm cute or anything like that, but I have a sense of confidence and a sense of self-love where I know that I cannot be stopped. And some of that in me, I want to give to others.
I think the self-love thing is really, really, because I spoke recently to a psychotherapist who was saying that with a lot of her clients, she's dealing with folks, young and old, who feel that they don't deserve to be loved. In other words, the depression or the shame, they beat themselves up. And I think that's also where that bullying comes in. So if somebody bullies you at school and you want to speak out and you want to say something, but you don't because of peer pressure or you're embarrassed, then what happens is that you're also beating yourself up. So you got somebody beating you up at school, and then when you come home, you're beating yourself up. Do you address that in the book, I See You?
What I can say, it repeats itself over and over. I see you and you are loved. At the end of each page, that's what it says. But I will say this, for me, when I walked away from my marriage, I started coaching, being coached, okay, and a therapist simultaneously. And then one day something clicked in where both of them were like, oh, you don't need to be here anymore. You're happy.
I like that.
You're at the place where you don't need us. And I'm like, please, but I like it. My point is, sometimes people just need to talk.
Yeah.
And we need to listen, not only with our ears, but with our hearts, and allow people to be who they are, whether they're gay or straight or with some of the new things when you have multiple partners, you know, it's like an all-inclusive thing. Be the best at it and I'm gonna love you anyway. That's me. You know, I don't judge people.
It's just,
I mean,
dude, be nice. It's just,
yeah, I meet people where they are. You know why? Because someone met me where I was.
Yeah.
And I was hurting and I was broken. But I also had to decide for myself that it's time to get back up and fight. You know, so.
Well, and especially what a great role model too for your children, you know, because they look to you to see how they're going to be treated. They look to you to see how they should be in the world. And the same thing, what you did with your daughter, I'm very grateful because my mom did the same with me. She was always telling me how beautiful I was and how I could do anything.
Yes.
And we were poor, like we were poor. I didn't know. I thought I was a princess. I didn't know. We got Kentucky Fried Chicken and went to this beach, the public beach. And that was like, oh my gosh, you know, because she never let me know how poor we were.
Yes.
And she was always saying that you can do anything. And that's so important when that mantra is told to you.
That's what I was going to say. And we need more parents like that. Yeah. I remember when my oldest, who's now 29, she came home being bullied, and I went to the school first, and I pulled the little girl off the bus. Now, these are 9-year-olds, and I probably would go to jail for this now. But I said, if you touch my child one more time, I'm going to beat your ass and your mother's ass. Then I called the mother. And then I said, your child is bullying my child. This is on a voicemail recording. And I'm going to beat your ass if she touches her one more time. And the mother took the child out the school. But I was serious because I don't feel like people have the right to bully someone, to hurt someone, to keep putting bad words and negativity and physical touches on someone. It doesn't work like that. And I think, and I don't promote fighting, but I think sometimes children need to be able to protect themselves, you know, without them being expelled or being kicked out or whatever, or the school needs to take a real stance when things like this is happening.
I agree with you. And that's it. Some of a little bit of the conundrum with, that I'm aware of too, is a lot of times someone will be picked on, and then someone will touch them, they're taunting them. And then when the child fights back, or again, I'm not a violent person either, but when the child tries to say, you know, no more, stop it, and they touch that up, then that child gets, you know, the child that was bullied gets in trouble too.
And I think the school needs to get, you know, a handle of it when it begins, and they acknowledge the fact that this is going on. And I think parents need to be more proactive because it crushes your spirit. I'll put it like this. We're 60 to 80% water. And it was a scientific experiment where
Dr. Emoto.
See, you know where I'm getting to. And when you speak peace, how the water molecules form, or how you speak negativity and how they distort themselves, that's the same thing that it does to us. You know, so I believe in promoting love and happiness. I love when I go out to speak, especially to children, because a lot of them feel like because they're a certain way or a certain weight or whatever, that no one loves them. Hell, you better love yourself first, because when you love yourself first, that exudes out to so many other people. And then you attract those type of people who are going to love you and honor you and respect you. I've been in 4 marriages. I'm on my 5th.
They say 5 is the lucky one.
Yes, 5th and final. And what I have to say is when he came into my life, um, I was at the point where I knew I deserved love, but then all those triggers were there and I had to fight through them when I felt a certain way or if I thought a certain way. He didn't know I was fighting. He knows now because he's listening.
Hello, hubby.
But they were there and I had to say, no, it's not like that. So sometimes we have to have self-talk.
Mm-hmm.
We need to look in the mirror and tell ourselves who we are. You know, I'm wonderful. I'm beautiful. I'm exuberating. I'm intelligent.
I'm
I'm fine
worthy
as
of,
hell.
I'm worthy
Yes.
of love. I'm
Yes.
worthy of the best love. Yeah, and
Yes.
isn't it funny too, because those things that we, again, it's from childhood. A lot of times they develop during childhood traumas, right? If it's physical trauma or emotional or
Yes.
where if a parent's not available or a parent's abusive, physically, emotionally, sexually,
Sexually.
right? This is another.
Absolutely. I
But
was sexually abused at the age of 6 or 7. And I found myself growing up looking for love in all the wrong places, just
definitely.
searching and searching. And to me, love was a man touching me because that's what happened. So I tell people, okay, yes, you see this behavior, but understand why.
Yes.
It
Yes.
doesn't just appear one day. Why? Let's get to that, to the core.
And we need to work through it
Yes,
because,
we
as you
do.
know, or as your husband knows, the one that is the heart that beats perfect for you is going to trigger all of that. It's going to
Yes.
trigger all the insecurities and the fears and you know, you might say things to that person who loves you
Mhm.
more than anything, maybe even hoping that you push them away
And
because, right, to stay safe.
that's true. But you know what? When good things started happening for me, I thought I was going to die because I was so used to the negativity. Like I was like, okay, guy, am I going to die? You know, like we have to reprogram our thinking
Yeah.
a lot of times. And I was going to people, you think I'm gonna die? You know, but I was serious because I wasn't used to good stuff. I mean, good clothes, all that kind of stuff, but good stuff continuously happening. So a lot of times we just going to have to learn to reprogram the mindset because everything starts in the mind.
Definitely. Definitely. Let's talk about your book, ICU, Igniting Hope and Preventing Suicide. And
Yes.
again, it's Suicide Prevention Month. Show the book again slowly. There we go. Now, tell us a little bit, you know, not giving away too much because we want
Okay.
people to get it too. But how do you guide? And this is this geared for children, for adults, for both?
It's for both and it's written with emojis. And
Oh,
the
I love it.
emojis read as a story. And it's something that we all can relate to.
Mm.
Simple. I see you and you are loved.
Ah.
And that's what these glasses are for.
Now, do
You
you go
know,
speaking? Do you speak to children right now? Do you go to schools yet? Or this
well,
book should
I
be in schools,
used
by the way.
to, thank you, and we're trying. I used to speak at schools and different events, and I'm getting ready to relaunch myself. I just moved to Houston, Texas, so we're getting acclimated here. But that's something that I'll be doing full time again.
Oh, yeah, I could see you speaking.
Thank
Definitely,
you.
definitely.
Thank
It's so
you.
needed. Now, tell us a little bit about Grow a Girl Network.
Grow a Girl Network was my brainchild back in 2000, I think it was 6. It's a nonprofit organization, and we started where we were mentoring girls 10 to 18. But through the years, I felt like I couldn't deal with the parents of those kids.
Yeah,
Because when you see the child, you see the parent.
exactly.
Now, I love those children, but then I started working with college girls. So my desire is college girls and women, because there's a lot of little girls and grown women right now. There's a lot of women who are hurting that little girl inside. And she wants to come out and play. She wants to be loved. She wants to be heard. So I want to be that person that go in and not only change children's lives through speaking, but women's lives through mentoring.
That is very, very powerful because, as you know, there's an explosion of female entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And they're becoming first-time authors. They're becoming coaches, consultants, starting their own businesses at home, or not doing their regular job that they have and transferring to their own private business. And one of the things I've seen, and I think that holds back women in careers in general, but especially when you're starting off on your own business, is that you're not going to be able to accelerate, to move forward, if you've got all this stuff pulling you back. In other words, holding you back. If you
that baggage.
How are you going to build your business if you don't think you're worthy?
Well, you know, some women have to learn to let go.
Mm-hmm.
Some women have to learn to say, fuck it to everybody. When I walked away from my husband, I walked away from everybody. That included friends and family. I just wanted to do me. And I did it. I partied like a rock star. I wrote my first book, or my third, I think it was third, my third book. I just wanted to be free because I was bound for so long. You know, my parents I'm from a Christian background. Most of my family is in ministry. I was a pastor's wife. I was tired. Yes, the cheating pastor.
Was it Baptist? Was it like Southern Baptist or Baptist?
We were non-denominational, but he was from the Baptist community.
Yeah.
But I was tired of all the bullshit. I was tired of being that person who allowed people to control her. So when I broke free, I broke real free. And then people started talking about me because they didn't understand or like my freedom. But at that point, I didn't give a damn because I was moving and soaring and just trusting spirit along the way and allowing the universe to align the puzzle pieces for me, not for them or who they thought I should be, but for me. So if you came to me a certain way, if you wanted to communicate and tell me how you felt, I was old enough and grown enough to tell you how I felt too. You know, I used to hold a lot of things in and bite my tongue and say, oh, you know, I don't want to be disrespectful, but I said, fuck that. You hurt me, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to allow you to feel what I'm feeling as well. And then people stop messing with me.
What sign are you?
I'm a Leo.
Oh, you're a Leo. You're a lion. You smash them. I was going to say, I'm a Scorpio. You sounded like you're Scorpio a little bit.
I think I'm a honey badger.
When you were talking about the preacher's wife, the pastor's wife.
Oh my God.
First of all, that's a book right there.
I have it. Wait a minute.
Is it called
The Preacher, the Power, the Penis,
okay,
and Me?
There you go. Yeah. Well, because I got to tell you, because when I said, are they Southern Baptist? Now, people who don't know, Southern Baptists are, and no disrespect to anybody who's Southern Baptist,
Absolutely.
But y'all are crazy. Because I lived in a really rough neighborhood, right, in LA.
Okay.
Really rough.
Okay.
Gangs and everything. And so my parents, when I went to elementary school, right, little Christine, they needed to put me in a private school in my neighborhood. Oh. And the only one that they could afford and was private so that I wouldn't get killed was this private Christian school, but it was a Baptist school and it was Southern Baptist.
Okay.
And little Christine, you know, when you're a kid, you know, and you're walking down the hall and you're like, doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo, just skipping and jumping, and I was walking down the hall like that, and this teacher grabbed me from the back of the neck and looked at me and said, "You're dancing."
Oh, wow.
And dancing is the devil's tool or something like that. And
everything
I was
is a sin.
I said, at that moment, and I was young, I was probably 6, 7. At that moment, I knew I had to stay there, but at that moment, I divorced myself from them because I said, my God, my Jesus, my God created music.
Yes.
That's why I like going, especially as I got older, I would go to the black churches where they had the gospel choir. And I said, everybody be standing up and singing and dancing. And I said, that's spirit.
Okay,
That's spirit. Hearing that beautiful music. But my school, no, you couldn't sing, you couldn't dance.
Wow.
And little did they know I'd grow up and be a big old homo and marry my wife, and
But let me tell you what religion did for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was so bound that my husband's mistress called me.
Oh.
And I offered her prayer. Now, and I was thinking about
Hold on.
No, seriously, I was thinking about
that just
this.
Made me sweat. Oh, I got like a head.
I'm sorry. Yesterday and today, and I said, how bound were you? Because the me now, oh no.
Yeah.
But I thought I was doing the Christian thing. But really what I was being was abused.
Yes.
But now I'm able to live.
And now you got a really rocking husband now too.
I do. He's amazing, and he's Muslim, and I love it.
Inshallah.
Wait a minute. He prays more than my Christian husband's I do.
Oh, does he get up really early?
No, but he gets up sometimes.
Oh, because 5 a.m. comes early.
And he goes where he has to go and pray, and I respect it and I love it. And he treats me like a queen, and that's what I love.
That's all that matters.
He allows me to be me without trying to mold me or shape me or conform me to what he wants to be. He knew I was loud. He knew I wanted to show him these titties. He knows I'm very sensual.
Yes.
And he respects and he honors that and he loves that about me. But the point is, when you start seeing yourself and loving yourself, someone will love you just as much, because that is what you're going to attract.
Definitely. And sometimes it's after the biggest heartbreak, right?
Yes, it is. It is. And you know what? I would not turn back my clock for anything, because those things built character in me. Those things are what is going to allow me to go out and make a difference and share those stories to let other women and boys and girls know you can make it. I see you. You are loved.
I do. I see you, and you're loved too now. I love you, Cheron.
Thank you. I love you too. I think you're awesome. And I love that blonde hair.
Oh, yeah. Well,
nice.
The coloring is a little off here.
I love it.
But yeah, it's a look.
It's a good look.
That's my most comfortable look anyway.
Oh, well, this is mine.
I love that. I love that. For people who are listening to the podcast and not watching it on video, shame on you. You should watch it on the video on YouTube. But I love this. Is it just a really close shave, or is it all gone?
I shave it where it's all gone, and then it just grows. So I shaved it 2 days ago.
Oh, it's awesome. I wish I could do that. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could do that. I can't. Nope. Nope. Plus, I got a funky scar in the back of my head. I got a birthmark.
Okay,
You
okay.
know those big birthmark things?
Yes.
I got one of those little weird
That's
things.
okay. You are loved.
Oh, that's right. God loves me too. So,
Yeah.
if people want to get involved, if first of all, if they want to get the book, I See You,
Hmm.
where can they get it on Amazon or where do they get it?
Absolutely. Amazon.com. And we
Amazon?
have the music too, which is launching on tomorrow. It's called I See You Freedom Chant.
Oh, what's the music? Is it a CD or is it a single?
It's two,
Uh-huh.
and it's streaming. And we did one for a movie, and we did one where kids can sing it, and it's like a tune that's very catchy. And I'll send it to you once we get off.
Please do, because I would love to hear it.
Yes,
I would really love to hear it. And if people want to get in touch with you, or get involved with Grow a Girl Network, what's the best way to reach you?
info, info at grow, GROWA, girlnetwork.org, or they can call 1-877,
Or
please
write this down.
smile.
Hold on. 1877.
No, I think it's 1844.
Oh,
1844. I'm sorry. 1844 PLZ SMLE. Please smile.
SM
LE.
SMLE.
Yep.
Oh, that's cute. 1844 PLZ SMLE.
Absolutely.
Or they can go to growagirlnetwork.org and
Yes.
find out how they can support you and the organization,
Yes.
and especially about suicide prevention too in the work that
It's
you're
on
doing.
there.
Right? That's
Yes.
where they can go. Can
Yes,
they
ma'am.
also donate to your organization?
Absolutely. There's a donate button on the website.
Okay, so I'm going to tell everybody, go to growagirlnetwork.org and donate, because this is the work that we should be supporting. If you're thinking about going to get a latte at that Starbucks place, or going to a movie and paying $20 for a stupid movie, you could put that money to good use, and you could donate it to growagirlnetwork.org and
Or
do
just buy a
something.
book.
Or just buy a book.
Buy a book.
Go to Amazon. Go to Amazon. You'll get it like tonight.
Yes.
This Amazon Prime, I'm addicted to it too. They're evil, but I love them because when I need things, this light, I got a light for the video. I got it 24 hours.
Yes. Yes, same day.
Instant gratification.
I know everything is instant, but some things we have to be patient for, and I learned that.
And how do they get those yellow glasses?
I can actually send those with the book.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because that's a really brilliant marketing. I love that.
Isn't this cool?
I think if you get a book, you get a pair of glasses. You're gonna
And
get
see,
so many people.
what we want people to do is take a picture with the glasses and email it to us so we could put it on our social media pages.
Or if they post it on their social media, what's the
Tag
hash?
us.
Do you have a hashtag that you want them to use?
Hashtag ICU campaign.
Hashtag ICU campaign.
Yes.
And it's I see, and see like with your eyes, right?
Yes.
ICU campaign. Hashtag
Yes.
ICU campaign. Oh, I love that. If you send me, because I wear glasses all the
I
time.
will.
See, I'm
And the
blind as a
book.
bat if I don't have them on. But if you send me glasses, I'll take a picture, and I've got a whole bunch of Instagrams. I'll put it everywhere.
Thank you. And I'll send you a book as well.
Thank you. I would love that.
You're welcome. I appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you, and I love you.
I love you as well. And thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, thank you so much. We're just almost out of time. Do you have any last words that you want to say to our wonderful audience?
Just learn to love who you are, the authentic self. Don't become everything else for everybody, but embrace the inner you. Because when you embrace the inner you, everything else will fall in line. I see you, and you are loved.
And if there was, let's say, a young person, not too young because we dropped some F-bombs or something around, but
They do it.
if it's a teenager, someone who's 14, 15, 16, and they're considering suicide or they have considered suicide, do you want to say anything directly to them?
Live now. 2 words. Live now. You know, a lot of us are afraid to live and to embrace the why. But sometimes we have to dig deep and figure out why and deal with that. And that's okay to deal with that, because when you deal with it, it can affect you and it cannot affect other people. But you can learn to live your best life. Live now.
Live now. That's a very good bit of advice. And I want to tell anyone who's a young person who is watching or listening to this right now, there's a reason why Cheron, why she came across, my life, and it wasn't just purely accident. I believe that there's a reason why I found out about her and why I brought her on the show. And there's a reason too why you're listening to this. Maybe somebody sent it to you, or maybe you found it accidentally, but there's no accidents. You needed to hear this. And I want you to realize that you are absolutely beautiful and unique. There is no one in the whole wide world who is like you. And it doesn't matter what your color is. It doesn't matter what your body shape is. It doesn't matter your eye color, your hair color. If you got hair, if you don't got hair, it doesn't matter. And if you wear glasses, that's good, because that means you can read. That means that you can see. Yeah. So please, please talk to somebody too. Don't just isolate yourself. Don't just shut down, and don't just spend hours and hours on this thing, because this is not your friend. This is not your friend. So please, please do connect with somebody. And I'm going to, because I don't have it written down here, and I don't expect you to know it by heart, but for here in the United States, at least, the suicide prevention, do you have the number?
I have it in the back of the book.
There we go. Because if you can give out the number, and then on the video, I'll make sure that it's listed on there along with your website as well.
Okay. The Suicide National Prevention Hotline is 1-800-273-8255. Again, 1-800-273-8255.
And I think that I heard that they're going to try and make it be possibly 3 numbers.
Okay.
So like when you dial 911, it's right? If you dial 911, it's the police or whatever.
Right.
But and I'll find out if they've done it yet or if they're going to roll it out. But they're going to do like a 411, or not, that's not the number, folks. But to do it something so that it's short and it's easy to remember, which makes a lot of sense when you're distraught. Right. Yeah, exactly. So we'll keep those numbers up. We'll have that number for people to reach. And also I'll list some international. There is an organization that I would love to hook you up with, as a matter of fact.
Yes, ma'am.
It's called Teen Line Online. Okay. teenlineonline.org, I believe, is the full website. And they have young people talking to other young people.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So when somebody's feeling that way and they just want to talk to somebody who's their age, who they can relate to, they have young people who have been trained and who work in the community. And but I think that you getting with them would be a perfect match.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. teenlineonline.org.
teenlineonline.org, honey.
Yeah.
teenlineonline.org. Okay.
Good.
He's putting the teen line.
Good.
Online.org. Cheron.org.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
honey.
Wait a minute, I call him Honey Bunny, so you have to call him Honey Bunny.
Thank you, honey bunny.
He said, he's trying to figure it out. Oh, she said hi. Come over here, hon.
Come on, get on camera.
Say hi.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, love. Oh, you're beautiful together. Oh my
Thank
God.
you. Oh, mwah.
Our birthdays are the same day.
July 26th.
You're both Leos?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Hey.
Well, that's why. That's why you guys are in the morning when you get in the mirror. Can you share the mirror? Okay.
Well, he has one and I have one.
Okay.
Yes. So, and he's the quiet Leo. I'm the loud one. I'm the fire.
I want to thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Having me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it.
Cheron K. Griffin, you can look her up again. You can go to growagirlnetwork.org. You can also get the book on Amazon. It's I See You. Put up that picture again, the book, if you got it.
Okay.
There it is. Get that book. Go get that book right now. And you might get a pair of glasses with it.
Yes, I'll send him.
Yeah? Okay. There you go. Go get that book and you get some of those cool glasses like she's wearing. I'm going to have them on. I'm going to take pictures. I'm going to do the hashtag.
Thank you. Oh, my
I See
purse.
You campaign. I'll do that.
All right, cool beans. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you so very much.
You're
and
welcome.
Thank you, wonderful, wonderful listeners and viewers of Out of the Box with Christine. Thank you so very much. Again, if you enjoyed this conversation, and more importantly, if you think that someone who needs to hear this, if you believe that this can help somebody, please share it. And the best way to do it is through the YouTube video, because it's super easy to do. You just hit share, like it first, and then hit share. But you can share it in emails and on your social media. So easy. And we really want you to share this and spread the word. So until next time, I want to thank you. And as always, as we say, remember to think outside of that damn box. Bye for now.
All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.